killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
How was your exam, Exodus? Talk to me, how is it so far? While we wait for everybody else to come, I now get the paper, so I still let me organize. Which questions give you trouble? And paper will be there. We did a GP in one of the lives. Something very, very similar to it. It was, instead of being less than triple, it was supposed to be less than double for that GP. Plenty things come back from the specimen paper though. From what I'm seeing here, could better things come back from that specimen paper. Right? That inequalities question, I should have licked that up. Right, the GP, it didn't really have to apply anything, it just had to solve it. You would have had to use logs. Right, you would have had to use logs. Coordinate geometry should have been looked up as well. The vectors cake. The piece of trigs. Yeah. you have to use a double angle formula for tan 2 theta. Right? Calculus, lick up. This one here they didn't have the chain rule inside of here, so that was a lick up question. Right? Stationary value, easy thing. Kinematics, again, lick up thing. That's just a little 6 marks, easy thing. Integration, look, a nice integration question come with the trigs. Area in the first quadrant under the graph, easy thing. Velocity, displacement, easy thing again, boy. Yeah, I had to use a double angle. The stats, we do a question just like the stats with the 2 dice. Draw a sample space, make get all the answers. Cake. Show that obtaining a phone both dice are independent events. I forget how to do that, but we go tackle it. Probability of attaining 4 on both dice given that a 4 is obtained on at least 1 dice. That was conditional probability. The probability of A intersect B is supposed to be equal to 0 if they are independent events. Right? So they actually give us a box and whisker. Easy thing. Easy thing, just read off. Shape of the distribution, easy. Either it's positively or negatively skewed. Mean score, impossible to determine the mean score because we don't have individual scores. If we had the individual scores, we would have been able to calculate the mean real easy. And we get a standard deviation. Apply the formula. Alright, so we're just waiting for people to jump on. Didn't remember you had to use double angle, so you didn't do it. Right, we're waiting for more people to jump on. Since add math is done, do you think I should start? Yeah. Yes. If you want to start pure with me, you can start pure with me. Pure starting in August. Right? Pure could be a breeze. Right, at least for all my students who were with me for add maths before, I teach them plenty pure things already. So if you're starting pure, just let me know if you want to start. Message me your name, contact number, parent contact number, and we organize. I fully endorse starting pure as soon as possible. I like to start the syllabus a month before school opens so that when school opens, we have a head start on the syllabus already. Yes, Navindra, we've seen. We're just waiting for people to fall in. Give me a second there, everybody. Exam was normal. Yeah, it was normal. It looked like cake. Like that looked like an easy one. Right, and a little work for your distinction in that paper. Alright, spread the word, everybody. Let me get people inside. Let me start up the solutions here quick. So I'm here, Olu again. Olu doing pure with me. We are organized so pure. Have to. What happened working on sunshine? Yeah, it was very similar to the specimen paper. And good thing we covered that specimen paper in depth. So if you was here for that specimen paper, you get through. You really get through. I've seen 10 people here. Love to see it. Yeah, paper one we're looking at up to fight up on yourself. All I don't know paper one is a lick up scene. The paper is pinned on the top in the comments. Go ahead and download it. I'm not gonna share the paper on the screen. Go and download it, please. All are supposed to have it as well. Spread it around too. I'm waiting till you go through it. Yeah, a small thing. How much you went in with your SBA? Once you're going with a good SBA, you're safe, you know. Good SBA, good paper one, safe. Pretty safe. Paper one is VHS. Alright, so let me start up now. How was the paper, Whitney? Nice. Inside. How was the paper? Say if you get 18.7 in the SBA, CXC does. Yeah, they rounded off. You got 19. I'm 95% sure you're gonna get 19% by. But that's a good score going into with your SBA. That's a very good score. Big man thing. Yeah, that's a good score. Don't worry yourself. Once we tackle this here and we start tackling paper. When is paper one? Somebody give me a date for paper one. Your teacher MIA? Jesus Christ, that's bad. No good. No good at all. High pressure. That is pressure in the camp. Alright, so one time, as all here, pure, starting in August. Message me. Or call me. Pure starting in August. Organize. 28. But we have time to finish real paper ones, and I have some real nice questions to give all you as well for paper ones, right? Alright. So we 16 minutes in. I got it out, right? Alright, moment of truth. Let me look to organize this here. Again, if it is anybody had a get the paper, it is pinned in the comments. Go ahead and organize yourself. That day, this here, nice. Are you ready? Now, the way I'm going to do these solutions, it will be full works, full statements, full everything. So, please don't be discouraged that you probably didn't have a statement I had. Remember what I told you yesterday? Statements count towards a distinction. Alright? So don't be too worried. So let me go. The probability question wasn't it. I read through the probability. We go see what we could do. Remember, that's not my strong suit, right? 1 part A. Determine the remainder when f of x is divided by cake. F of x is equal to ax cubed plus 7x squared minus 7x minus 3. Part 1. Remember, last night we say when f of x is divided by x minus 1, we put that equal to 0, the denominator equal to 0, we get f of 1. Substitute 1 into this here. 1 cubed plus 7 into 1 squared minus 7 into 1 minus 3. I get a plus 7 minus 7 minus 3, and I get a minus 3. Now, when you're doing these questions, I want others supposed to have the remaining factor theorem quoted. So, if f of x, if any polynomial f of x, yes, Raj, no scene. If any polynomial f of x is divided by x minus a, the remainder is f of a. If f of a is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor of f of x. Alright, so we get the remainder is a minus 3. If the remainder when f of x is divided by x plus 3 is equal to the remainder, this is the exact same format of the question that came in the specimen paper. In part 2, f of x divided by x plus 3 is the same remainder is equal to f of x divided by x minus 1. So I'm going to figure out what f of x divided by x plus 3 is. F of minus 3, a into minus 3 cubed plus 7 into minus 3 squared minus 7 into minus 3 minus 3. We get minus 27a. 9 sevens are what? 63, I think. Minus 21 minus 3. Jump on the calculator. 63 take away 21 take away 3, 39. So we get minus 27a plus 39. We're going to let a minus 3 be equal to minus 27a plus 39. Move things across. I get 28a is equal to 39 minus 3 is 39 plus 3, sorry, could be 42. And a could be 42 over 28. Can I weird number, man? 42 over 28. Oh good lord, calculator. 42 over 28 is equal to 1.5. A is equal to 3. Why put 1 1/3? 1.5. I mean, we could always double check it, right? If A is equal to 1.5, then we could just check it and see. Let me just check over here. A plus 7 minus 7 is 0, minus 3, good. I just double checking, right? Because I think I get a weird answer there, boy. 7 into minus 3 squared minus 7 into minus 3 minus 3 81. Okay, 81. How I get that? Oh, it's plus 21. Okay. 81. Okay. Plus 21. This could be 21 here. 27a plus 21. Yeah? Check it over. Move you across. 27a, right, minus 28a. 21 and 3 is 24. And a could be 24 over 28. Yeah, this looking like the answer. Still getting a kind of mad answer. But I mean, what the hell, calculator, boy? 24 over 28. I mean, I could even say 6 over 7. A is 6 over 7. Right? Looking good. Part B. All together? I make a little mistake there. Right. Consider the function g of x is equal to x squared plus m. Exact same thing, boy. Watch me. For those of you who were here for that specimen paper, all I get you. All I really get you. X squared plus m plus 4 x plus 4m equals to 0, which has real and equal roots. So a is equal to 1, b is equal to m plus 4, and c is equal to 4m. We go through it again. Exodus, don't fight up yourself. Minus 27a plus 84. 84. I'll check it over again. Right, pausing for calls, I'm checking it over again. 7 into minus 3 squared, because of the function, minus 7 into minus 3 minus 3, 81 is 81. Right, so the answer for that one is correct. For real and equal roots, you need to say for real and equal roots, b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. So b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. If you want to use the shortcut to expand it, go ahead. We get m squared plus 8m plus 16 minus 16m is equal to 0. M squared, 8 minus 16 is minus 8m plus 16 is equal to 0. A is 1, B is minus 8, and C is 16. Minus 4 minus 4, m squared minus 4m minus 4m plus 16 is equal to 0. M into m minus 4, take away 4 into m minus 4 is equal to 0. We get m minus 4 into m minus 4 is equal to 0. And we get m is equal to 4 only. Double check that. See, I'm going to get 0 and 8. Nope, m is 4 only. Now, I do like how CXU worded this question, right? Reason being, they say determine the values of m. There's only one value of m here, which means a student who pays attention to the wording of a question will read this question and be like, okay, there's more than one value, and start to do extra work. Right, so let me double check it. We could double check it on the calculator. But this real easy discriminant. We do a question like this in the specimen paper. Mode 2, 2, 1, 8, and 6 minus 8, sorry. 1 minus 8 and 16. Yeah, 4. Only one answer. Oh shit. Only one answer. M is equal to 4. M minus 4 and M minus 4. What do you mean? Would it be 4? Would 4m be 4 instead? Since no. Remember, the constant in an equation is a number, right? So 4m is the constant, that is a number in the equation. All right. So the constant is not 4, it's 4m. You have to be very, very careful when you're doing questions like that. Very, very careful. Part C. Right, we could do part C right here. Right, sorry about that. Right, part C. Let me just disable my notifications there, right? Just give me a sec. Yeah, it's not attached to the x. It's not a constant is a constant is a number at the end of the day. Right, part C. H of x is 2x squared plus 8x minus 10. 2x squared plus 8x. Take away 10. Express h of x in the form ax plus b squared plus c. No scene. I will do it exactly the way we did it. So we have 2x squared plus 8x minus 10 being equal to a into x plus b squared plus c. I expanded everything. A x plus bx plus b squared 2bx plus c plus 8x minus 10 is equal to ax squared plus 2abx plus ab squared plus c. Equate corresponding coefficients. So my x squared coefficient, I will have 2 is equal to a. For my x coefficient, I'll have 8 is equal to minus 2ab plus 2ab is equal to 2ab. We know what a is. 8 over 2 into 2 is equal to b. 8 over 4 is 2. So b is equal to 2. And my constant, now remember, so Exodus, this should be helpful for you. My constant is not c alone. My constant in this case is ab squared plus c. So minus 10 is equal to ab squared plus c. Move it across. Minus 10 minus ab squared is equal to c. Minus 10 minus a b squared is equal to c. Minus 10, we could work this out. Pull back on my calculator. Just work it out right here. Minus 10 minus 2 into 2 squared minus 18. So how to say that out? H of x, which is equal to 2x squared plus 8x minus 10, is equal to a into x plus b squared plus c, and we just say is of the form a into x plus b squared plus c, where a is 2, b is 2, and c is minus 18. Yeah, it's pretty good there. Look at that. And suppose I got state the minimum value of h of x. The minimum value of h of x will be equal to, in this case, c, which is equal to minus 18. On part 3, the minimum value of x, for which h of x is a minimum. So when x is equal to minus b, h of x is a minimum. So x is equal to minus 2 will be the value of x when h of x is a minimum. Number 2 is logs. Okay. Lick up thing again, boy. Exact same format as the thing, boy. Jesus Christ. Log 6 plus root 12 to base 2 minus log 3 plus root a is equal to log of 10 by exact same thing, by, and I should have tell all of this. Whenever let's see log by itself, it's log to base 10. Log is log to base 10. If I recall, if I have log of m to base b, take away log of n to base b, this law works both ways, is log of m over n to base b. So I have log of one time, log of a to base a is equal to 1. So I have log of 6 plus root 12 over 3 plus root a to base 2, and I can change log 10 to base 10. Log 10 to base 10 is 1, which is the same thing as log of 2 to base 2. I say this is a log equation. Remove log to base 2. So I end up with 6 plus root 12 over 3 plus root a is equal to 2. Cross multiply. 6 plus root 12 is 2 into 3 plus root a. 6 plus root 12 is equal to 6 plus 2 root a. 6 goes out with the 6. So I get root 12 over 2 is equal to root a. If I square both sides, I get rid of the root. I get root 12 over 2 squared is root a squared. I get 12 over 4 is equal to a. And I get a is equal to 3. Not bad. Okay, a is equal to 3. Do part B here one time. Look at that. Boy, we do things like this whole day yesterday. We do things like this, boy. This and all this cake. Multiply by 4x minus 9 squared. So I get 2 minus x over 4x minus 9 multiplied by 4x minus 9 squared is less than 0 into 4x minus 9 squared. You cancel with one of you on top. So I get 2 minus x into 4x minus 9 will be less than 0. Like I say, let 2 minus x into 4x minus 9 be equal to 0. Go ahead and solve. 2 minus x is 0, and I get x is equal to 2. Or 4x minus 9 is 0, and I get x is equal to 9 over 4, which is 2 and a quarter. Represent with two solutions on the number line. Your number line nice and long, so you can separate it. Let the number line be 2 and a quarter. This is section 1 when x is strictly less than 2, x is greater than 2, which means 2 is less than x, and x is less than 2 and a quarter. And this one here is x is less than 2 and a quarter, and x is greater than 2 and a quarter. So again, test x is equal to 0. In the original inequality, we will get 2 minus 0 over 4 into 0 minus 9, supposed to be less than 0. I get 2 over minus 9. It doesn't matter where the minus sign goes, so this will be negative 2 9 is less than 0. This is true. So we say 0 is in section 1. So therefore, 1 and 3 is satisfied. So my solution, x is such that x is less than 2, union x is such that x is greater than 2 and a quarter. Check back with question, it doesn't have an equal to sign attached to the 0, so we leave it without an equal to sign attached to the 0. There go the doc marks. If you didn't have a number line, well, it have more than one way to do this kind of question, so it's up to you. It's whichever method you used. This is the method I like to use. If you're using the same procedure and it didn't have a number line, they might take out marks for not using a number line. Yeah, they might take out marks. Unless you have statements to back it up. Once you have statements to back it up, you're safe. Part C. Alice deposited $4,000 into her new savings account at Bank of Fortune, which pays interest at 8% per annum. So her principal is $4,000. Her rate is 8%. the bank's compounded interest is represented by the geometric progression A is equal to P into 1 plus R over 100 raised to the power T. Determine the number of years it would take for Alice's money to at least triple. So for the money to at least triple, if her money was 4,000, 3 multiplied by the 4,000, go give me 12,000. So we want to know how much years it will take for it to be at least this number. So A have to be greater than or equal to this number. So we will have $12,000. I'll go put it like this here, right? P into 1 plus R over 100 to the power T must be at least triple. So it has to be greater than or equal to $12,000. A suggestion, let P into 1 plus R over 100 raised to the power T be equal to 12,000 and work out the value of T. So we have 4,000 into 1 plus 8 to the power T is 12,000. 9 to the power T is equal to 1 to 3, 1 to 3. 3 to the power 3, T is equal to 3. Bases are the same. Equate powers. So I have 3T is equal to 1 and T is equal to a third. I make a mistake somewhere. 1 plus 8 to the power T. Oh, it's 8 over 100. I just put 8. Sorry. We wouldn't have to do this no more. 8 over 100. So we have 1 plus 8 over 100 to the power T is equal to 3. So we can take a log. So take ln on both sides. I like to take ln. If you want to take lg, no sin. So we have ln of 1 plus 8 over 100 to the power T is ln of 3. Recall the law. If I have log of a to the power c to base b, it works both ways. We see log of a to base b. So I have t ln of 1 plus 8 over 100 is equal to ln of 3. Moving up here now. I have t is equal to ln of 3 over ln of 1 plus 8 over 100. Let me work out what this is. 1 plus 8 over 100. I just working out what that fraction will be. That is 27 over 25. So we have ln 3 over ln 27 on 25. ln of 3 divided by ln of 27 on 25. 14.27. So in 14.27 years, the money will be at least, it will be actually equal to triple, but they want at least triple. So it's more than, greater than, or equal to. So just round it up now. So when t is equal to 15 years, the principal will be at least triple. Actually, you can leave it like 14.27. That will be when it is at least triple. For 15 years, it will definitely be more than triple. So if you want, you could also leave this as an exact number, ln 3 over ln exactly. or you can put it in the form of a years. Alright? So for it to be at least triple, it will be ln 3 over ln of 27 and 28. You could probably simplify that too, you know. Yeah, sure, you could simplify that too. Alright. Like that? Come on. If you get the correct answer but you didn't do the specific steps to find it, is according to the steps you used. I'm sure there's another valid way to do this question here, but it's just for you to let the examiner know your way. Number 3, the coordinates for the center of a circle 2, 1 is 2, 1. So the center of the circle C is 2, 1. The coordinates for a point on its circumference is 3, 3. So they didn't say C, so you have to say let C be the point 2, 1, and let A be the point 3, 3. So we have at least some terminologies to work with. Determine the equation of the circle in the form x squared plus y squared plus ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Again, we go back to a basic formula. We know that our x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared is the equation of a circle where AB is the center and R is the radius. So if the center is equal to 2, 1, I substitute in this 2, 1. If C is equal to 2, 1, then A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 1. So we will have x minus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared is equal to r squared. We go figure what r is just now. Let me expand both of these things here. You can use a shortcut method if you want. X squared minus 4x plus 2 plus y squared minus 2y plus 1 is equal to r squared. So let me look at what r squared is. We can say that how AC is the radius. So the length of AC will be the length of the radius, which will be the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, square root of, label it x1 y1, x2 y2, x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. So I get root 5. So root 5 is my radius. So root 5 squared will be r squared. Now time to put it in a particular form they want. They want in the form x squared plus y squared plus ax. So it will be plus minus 4x plus by minus 2y plus c root 5. Well, it will be plus 1 Root 5 squared is 5. Move it across, we get minus 5 is equal to 0. Minus 5. Oh, it have a 2 as well. 2 and 1 is 3. Plus 3 minus 5 is equal to 0. And 3 minus 5 is minus 2. With that, we can, and then we can say is of the form x squared plus y squared plus ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a is minus 4, b is minus 2, and c is minus 2. Look at that. Right, I make a mistake here. This was before. 4 and 1 is 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. So c will be 0. Done. Look at this. Part 1, part 2. The circle intersects the x and y axis at 3 points. Determine the coordinates of the 3 points. So the circle will cut the x-axis at y is equal to 0. So we let y is equal to 0 in the equation of the circle, which will be x squared plus y squared. We could plug it in the original equation, which is x minus 2 squared plus 0 minus 1 squared is equal to root 5 squared, which is 5. You can plug it in this form here. So we get x minus 2 squared plus 1 is equal to 5. Expand it, x squared plus minus 4x plus 4. 1 minus 5 is minus 4 is equal to 0. You cancel with you. X into x minus 4 is equal to 0. I get x is equal to 0 and x minus 4 is 0 and x is equal to 4. So 2 points of intersection will be 0, 0 and and 4, 0 are 2 points of intersection. In the same breath, the circle cuts the y-axis at x is equal to 0. So again, let x is equal to 0. So I get 0 minus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared is equal to 5. 4 plus y squared minus 2y plus 1 is equal to 5. 4 and 1 is 5. I get y into y minus 2 is equal to 0. Again, y is 0 and y is equal to y minus 2 is 0. So y is equal to 2. So again, 0, 0 and 0, 2 are 2 more points of intersection. So my solution, the 3 points of intersection are 0, 0, 4, 0 and 0, Tell me if I get that one. How are you going so far? Everybody looking up? Come on, we're supposed to be looking up there. So far, the real cup thing, we almost finished with number 3. Part 3. We have a part 3 now. Alright, we handle part 3. So part 3. Determine the equation of the tangent to the circle at the point 3, 3. To get the gradient of the tangent, we need to get the gradient of the radius. A radius intersects a tangent at right angles. I don't think I do one like this with the last night, you know. Alright. So we know that how the law says a radius of a circle meets the tangent at 90 degrees at the point of contact. So let me just illustrate this further, right? Vex, I didn't show you this, man. So if I have any circle, if I have a circle, right, and I draw a radius to the circle, the law says that the radius of a circle meets the tangent of the circle at right angles at the point of contact. So if I draw a tangent to this point here on the radius, the angle made will be 90 degrees. Very low. We know about 90-degree lines and coordinate geometry. We can also say that how, one time as we state in laws, we can state that the product of the gradient of perpendicular lines is equal to -1. So we can let the tangent at A, because we already specified A is the point 3, 3, let the tangent be xy. So I write now A is 3, 3, and I write now the center, which was 2, 1. This could be my x1, my y1, my x2, my y2. The gradient of AC, m subscript AC, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 1 minus 3 is minus 2. 2 minus 3 is minus 1, and I get 2. The gradient of xy is minus 1 over the gradient of AC. We already stated that the product of the gradient of perpendicular lines is minus 1, so we get minus a half. So the equation of xy using the point A, 3, 3, this will be my x1 and my y1, will be y minus y1 is m into x minus x1. Y minus 3 is minus a half into x minus 3. Rearrange one time, y is equal to minus a half x plus 3 over 2 plus 3. I like to double check on my calculator. 3 over 2 plus 3 is 9 over 2. Y is minus 1 half x plus 9 over 2 is of the form y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the gradient is equal to minus a half and c is the y-intercept, which is equal to 9 over 2. I'll get that, yes or no? Tell me now. Yeah, tell me. I get this. I find we cooking with gas so far. We nearly finished number 3. This would have been one where you think you had to do a little bit of thinking, but this come in past papers before. I think we did a question like this in a past paper. I think so. Alright. Moving along. Okay, very good. I see one person said again. Good. Number 3 are done yet, boy. Part B. The position vectors of 2 points P and Q relative to a fixed origin O are given by, okay, OP is equal to 2 minus 3. OQ is given by minus 4, 1. Determine the oh god, we didn't do unit vectors, and unit vectors is so easy. Determine the unit vector in the direction PQ, giving your answer in its simplest third form. I am so sorry we didn't do unit vectors. At least we know how to calculate PQ. PQ is PO plus OQ. That's negative OP plus OQ minus 2 minus 3 plus minus 4, 1. That is minus 2, 3 plus minus 4, 1. That's minus 6, 4. Let the unit vector in the direction of PQ be U hat. U hat is equal to U over the modulus of PQ over the size of the vector PQ. We can bring this to ij form, minus 6i plus 4j. The size of PQ we can work out right here. Could be the square root of the I component to be squared plus the j component to be squared. The square root of 36 plus 16. 3 and 1 is 4, 1 is 5, square root of 52. And the square root of 52, if we bring that, simplify that down, which I can see 52, okay, 52 divided by 16, 52 divided by 4, nice, that is root 4 by root 13, which is 2 root 13. So it will be minus 6i plus 4j over 2 root 13, which is equal to minus 6i over 2 root 13, plus 4j over 2 root 13. 2 could cancel here, we get 3. 2 could cancel here, we get 2. We get minus 3I over root 13 plus 4j over root 13. Yeah, and that's the answer. Alright? This was a decent question. It was. Very good, Zahir. Part C, number 3 are done yet. Given that cosine of m is 24 over 25, cosine of m is 24 over 25, and that the angle m is acute, which means m is in the first quadrant, determine the value for tan of 2m. Right, let me draw a triangle. Jesus, hey, it come out nice, man. Good. Love to see it. Right, so cosine of m, the angle is m, adjacent over hypotenuse. So we're going to let the triangle be A, B, and C. So we can say that by Pythagoras' theorem, the hypotenuse squared is the opposite squared plus the adjacent squared. The hypotenuse is 25 squared. The opposite is AB squared. The adjacent is 24 squared. Move it around. 25 squared minus 24 squared is AB squared. We could do it one time. 25 squared minus 24 squared is 49. And like I say, you could stunt a little bit in questions like this. Square root both sides. So the square root of 49 is the square root of AB squared. So I get AB is plus or minus 7. And AB is 7 since lengths are positive. I want to know what tan of 2m is. That is 2 tan m over 1 plus tan squared m. We can calculate tan of m. That is opposite over adjacent. The opposite would have been now 7 over 24. And since theta is acute, tan theta, well, m is acute. M will be in the first quadrant, which means m will be positive. Alright, so tan of m will be positive, sorry. So this will be 2 into 7 over 24 divided by 1 plus 7 over 24 squared. One time we could just plug this in on my calculator. 2 into 7 on 24 divided by 1 plus 7 over 24 squared. We get 336 over 625. Alright, no sin. I get that? Come on now. Yes. My bad. Hard locks there. 1 minus. 1 minus. Just change this to a minus. I'm gonna do it over now. 2 into 7 on 24 divided by 1 minus 7 on 24 squared. 336 over 527. And we know it will be positive, right? Alright. I'm thinking. Yeah, I got it. Finally done with number 3. Number 3 was a handful, boy. Number 3 was with plenty marks. A whole 20 marks is number 3. A good bit of marks here, boy. Right, now we're going into the good stuff. Number 4. Differentiate sine x plus cos 4x with respect to x. Part 1. Let y be equal to sine x plus cos 4x. One time, dy dx will be cosine x minus 4 sine 4x. That is it. Part 2. Differentiate 2x cubed over 2. So again, let y be equal to 2x cubed plus 2. I like to put my numerator and my denominator in brackets. 2x plus 1 is of the form y is equal to u over v, where u is equal to 2x cubed plus 2 and du dx is equal to 3 2s are okay. Okay. Right. Du dx is 6x squared and v is equal to 2x plus 1 dv dx. dy dx is v du dx minus u dv dx all over v squared, and this is the quotient rule. V du dx minus u dv dx all over v squared Now, if you want to leave it like this, you could have left it like this because the question never said in its simplest form. You could have leave it like this, but doing more marks, doing more working, obviously you could get awarded more marks. So if you expand here, we get 12x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4x cubed. All over 2x plus 1 squared. We could simplify it further. 12 minus 4 is 8. 8x cubed plus 6x squared all over 2x plus 1 all squared. Yeah, you can leave it like that. Right, we could leave it like that. If you want to factorize the x, if you want to factorize 2x into 4x squared, 2x squared into 4x plus 3, big up yourself. Easy 5 marks so far for number 4. Easy 5 marks. Using principles of differentiation to compute the stationary value of the function. Right, no scene. Part B. Y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 2 plus 2. We say at a stationary point, dy dx is equal to 0. So dy dx in this case here is 2x minus 4. So we let 2x minus 4 is equal to 0, 2x is equal to 4, and x is equal to 4 over 2, which is 2. So when x is equal to 2, the value of the function y will be 2 squared minus, is a 4, right? 4 into 2 plus 2. 2 2s are 4, minus 4 2s are 8, plus 2. 4 minus 8 is minus 4. Minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2. I was a little bit working for 4 marks, boy. We'll get through. Alright, part C now. A motorist starts from a point X, travels 60 meters due north to a point Y at a constant speed of 4 meters per second. He stays at Y for 25 seconds and then travels at a constant speed 10 meters per second for 100 meters due south to a point Z. Calculate the average speed for the whole journey. So we can actually construct a velocity time graph to represent this information. So we select velocity in terms of meters per second and time in seconds. So let me see if we can construct a velocity time graph. A motorist starts from point X and travels 60 meters due north to a point Y. So let me say we start at X here. We travel 60 meters due north to a point Y. At a constant speed of 4 meters per second. Oh no, this will be a distance time graph. Distance in meters, time in seconds. Okay. Alright, so he traveled up to 40 meters. 60 meters, sorry. 60 meters at a constant speed of 4 meters per second. 4 meters per second. He stays at Y for 25 seconds. Alright, so this is T. We don't know how long he takes to make this journey. This is T. He stays at Y for 25 seconds. So this fella here will be T plus 25. Right, he stays at T for 25 seconds. But he still covered a distance. Just now, let me think. He covered distance. Although he stayed at y for 25 seconds, he still covered. No man, he covered no distance. He stayed at y for 25. Alright, cool. So I'm going good. He stayed there for 25 seconds, right? So he didn't cover no distance in that time. And then travels at a constant speed of 10 meters per second for 100 meters due south to a point Z. So he still travel at a constant velocity. Don't worry with see if I can make it a little better now. I'll work with that. Alright, so he still travel at nice. He traveled for 100 meters. Jesus Christ. He stayed at Z and travels at a constant speed for 100 meters due south. So he traveled at a constant speed of 100 meters, so this could be 160 meters on top here. Cool. Calculate the average speed of the whole journey. So the average speed is equal to the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. The total distance traveled would have been the 160 meters divided by total time taken. Now we had to figure out what the total time taken is. Now given that the velocity over here is 4 meters per second, the velocity in a distance time graph is calculated by calculating the gradient of the line. So this is x, y, m, and z. So the gradient of xy is equal to the velocity. The gradient of xy could be vertical distance over the horizontal interval and the velocity is 4. The vertical distance is 60, the horizontal interval is t is equal to 4. 60 is equal to 4t and t is equal to 15. So since t is 15, this fella here will be 15, this fella here will be 15 plus 25, 12 minus 1 is 4, 40. We will have to figure out the distance for the last piece. So the gradient of mz is equal to the velocity of that section, and this velocity is 10 meters per second. Work out the total time taken using the velocity just now. Again, vertical distance over horizontal interval is equal to the velocity, which is 10. Now the vertical distance of this piece here could be 100. The horizontal interval, let me say this one here will be, we could put x, yeah. The horizontal interval will be 40 plus x. No, x minus 40 is equal to 10. Cross multiply 100 is equal to 10 into x minus 40. Divide by 10. 10 is x minus 40. Move it across. X is equal to 50. Alright, cool. So the average speed is equal to 160. 160 over the total time taken, which is 50. 16 over 5. 3.2 meters per second. I think I put total time is 6 seconds, probably wrong. Total time is 50, boy. I just had to be careful. Right, so I'm just following up my graph now. 60 here, 50. Right, the average speed for the whole journey. Oh shucks, I calculate average velocity there. The average speed for the whole journey and then the average velocity for the whole journey. I stumped. What do I do for this one? Average speed and then average velocity. One way to calculate the average speed is just to, I'm gonna say add up all these speeds and divide it by 3. But have a formula there. If you take the average of all the speeds, that will be 14 over 3. 14 over 3 is 3. No, it can't be 3.2. Average velocity. Wait, just now. Try to bring up my next window here. Alright, so let me try something here, right? If we calculate an average velocity, if we read the question properly, right? The question says, he traveled 60 meters north, steady, then he traveled 100 meters south. So he would have displaced negative 40 meters from X to Z. So displacement over time. Boy. We gotta come back to that one after, right? Boy. I don't know if that's a typo. Average velocity for the whole journey and average speed for the whole journey. Right, we will come back to that one, right? I gotta think about it a little bit. Number 5A, if anybody has suggestions, send it now. Determine the following integrals, giving each answer in its simplest form. Right, look up thing. Part 1. The integral of 2x squared plus 3x dx. That will be 2x cubed over 3 plus 3x squared over 2 plus c, where c is a constant. Part 2. The integral of 2 sine 3x dx. Given that this is 3 marks, I will say that this is 2 cosine, negative 2 cosine. Remember why I say? Write it down. Y is cosine x. dy dx is minus sine x. So when I integrate sine, I get negative cosine. 2 cosine 3x over the differential of the bracket, which is 3, plus k. Use a different thing now, where k is a constant. 5 marks. Part B. 1 second again. Cool. Using an integration method, calculate the area of the region in the first quadrant under the graph y is equal to 3 sine x. So it's bounded in the first quadrant, so I just have to figure out where this graph cuts the x-axis, because I know one of the limits will be the y-axis, the next limit will be where it cuts the x-axis. So the curve cuts the x-axis at y is equal to 0. So I get 0 is equal to 3 sine x. Sine x is equal to 0, and x is equal to sine inverse of 0, which is equal to pi on 2. Sine inverse of 0 is 0. Right? And the next part, it will cut the axis will be pi on 2, because sine is positive here and here. Here we pi. Pi on 2. Yes, pi on 2. You would have known, you're supposed to know how to draw this graph. Alright? Remember, if I just recall it here, this is my sine curve. Bam, bam, bam. This is, no, it's pi. This is pi on 2. Yeah, it will be pi. This is 2 pi, this is 0. So in the first quadrant, this will be my area dealing with. So it will be the integral between pi and 0. It wouldn't be pi on 2, Gerald. It will be pi on 0 of 3 sine x dx. The integral of sine is minus cos, so we get minus 3 cosine x evaluated between pi and 0, which is minus 3 cosine of pi, take away minus 3 cosine of 0, cosine of pi, just like to double check it here, cosine of pi is minus 1, so this will be minus 3 by minus 1, which is 3, take away cosine of 0 is 1, take away minus 3, 3 and 3 is 6, and they want the area, so it will be 6 square units. You will lose a mark, you will lose marks for that one, Gerald. You will lose marks for sure. Yeah boy, that one is a Prashanikam kind of question. Alright, part C. Oh God, Jesus. A particle starts from rest, travels in a straight line. Masakata. A particle starting from rest travels in a straight line with an acceleration a, given by a is equal to t squared, where t is the time in seconds. Determine the velocity of the particle in terms of time, t. So they give us the acceleration. A is equal to t squared. SVA. S-V-A. They want the velocity. So if I have acceleration and I'm going up, I am integrating with respect to t. If I'm going down, I'm differentiating with respect to t. So velocity is equal to the integral of acceleration with respect to t. It will be the integral of t squared with respect to t. That will be t cubed over 3 plus c, where c is a constant. They would have given us conditions. Particles starting from rest. So at rest, velocity is equal to 0 and time is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to 0 cubed over 3 plus c, and I get c is equal to 0. So the velocity is equal to t cubed over 3. Calculate the displacement of the particle in the interval of time 0 to 2. Alright, no problem. Part 2. S is equal to the integral of v dt. It will be the integral of t cubed over 3 with respect to t is t4 over 3 multiplied by 4 plus k, again where k is a constant. S is equal to t4 over 12 plus k. Same conditions. At rest, time is 0 and the distance is 0. So I have 0 is equal to 0 to the power 4 over 12 plus k. And I get k is equal to 0. So S is equal to t4 over 12. The displacement in the interval of time 0 to 2. Well, all you have to do is calculate when t is equal to 2 and I get my displacement. So when t is equal to 2, S is equal to 2 to the power 4 over 12. 2 to the 4 to the 8 to the 16. 16 over 12, which is equal to, very short now, 1 1/3. 1 1/3 meters. If you wanted to put your limits on the integral, you could have done so. If you wanted to calculate when t was 0 and then when t is equal to 2, you could have done so. I think I get 8 over 3 for that, or 4 over 3. It's t cubed on 3. Right, they just wanted the velocity in terms of time. So this is the velocity in terms of time. That the acceleration in terms of time, the displacement in terms of time, and they give us an interval. This was a very easy question. Food. Right, lastly, number 6. And we have that question to come back to. 2 fair tetrahedral die with faces numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4 are ruled. The numbers obtained on the turned down faces of each die are noted. The numbers create a sample space table. Okay, so we had 2 dies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we create the sample space. Mind my drawing. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, my diagram. Loma. 1 by 1. 1 by 2 is 2. 1 by 3 is 3. 1 by 4 is 4. 2 by 1 is 2. 2 to the 4, 3 to the 6, 8, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3 to the 6, 8, 3 3s are 9, and 4 3s are 12, 4, 8, 4 3s are 12, 4 4s are 16. Alright, so we create a sample space diagram for we shit. If you wanted to list your sample space in terms of, oh no, I'm working with, just now, I was working with the last question that we did in mind, where they gave you a condition. They didn't give us a condition in this case, right? So given that they did not give us a condition that says that our t is equal to the product of the two faces, we will have to list every single outcome here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first outcome will be a 1 and a 1, then a 1 and a 2, 1 and a 3, 1 and a 4, 2 and a 1, 2 and a 2, 2 and a 3, 2 and a 4, 3 and a 1, 3 and a 2, 3 and a 3, 3 and a 4, 4 and a 1, 4 and a 2, 4 and a 3, good lord, 4 and a 3, and then 4 and a 4. You didn't integrate, you just used, yeah, you got some lost marks there, boy. You got some lost marks there. Label it dice 1, dice 2, and you got to go 3 marks. Part B. Using a sample space created in A or otherwise, determine the probability of obtaining a 4 part 1 on both dice. So you can say, let the probability of obtaining a 4 on both dice be A, or you can say the probability of obtaining a 4 on both dice or dice. It could be 1 out of the 16. Part 2. The probability of obtaining a 4 on at least one dice. The probability of obtaining a 4 on at least one dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of the 16. And part 3. On exactly one dice, probability of obtaining a 4 on exactly one dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 16. Easy stuff. Right, show that obtaining a 4 on both dice are independent events. Right, so we know that out is part 4. We know 4 independent events. The probability of A intersect B is the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B. So the probability of obtaining a 4 on both dice, the probability of 4 intersect a 4, we worked that out to be 1 over 16. It will be the probability of getting a 4 on one dice multiplied by the probability of obtaining a 4 on the next dice. Probability of obtaining a 4 on one dice would have been a quarter multiplied by a quarter. Good. So we get 1 on 16 is equal to 1 on 16. So therefore, obtaining a 4 on both dice obtaining a 4 on both dice are independent events. Part 5. Determine the probability of obtaining a 4 on both dice given, okay, this is conditional probability. So we know that the probability of A given that B has already occurred is a probability of A intersect B over the probability of B. So the probability of obtaining a 4 on both dice given a 4 on at least one dice will be the probability of A intersect B, which will be the probability of obtaining a 4 on both dice. Obtaining a 4 on both dice is 1 over 16. Probability of A intersect B is probability of A by probability of B. 4 on both dice could be 1 on 16. Probability of B would be 4 was obtained on at least one dice, 7 over 16. Okay, good. So it will be probability of A multiplied by the probability of B over the probability of B. Probability of A will be the probability, we should state that, where A is the event where a 4 is obtained on both dice, where a 4 is obtained on both dice, and B is the event where at least a 4 is obtained, a 4 is obtained on at least one dice. So this could be 1 over 16 by 7 over 16 over 7 over 16, bam bam, and that's 1 over 16. What you could have done as well, given that these are independent events, the probability of A given that B, it will just be either it will be the probability of A, given that they are independent events, because the probability of A is equal to the probability of B. Right? Well, you could look at the sample space too. The probability of obtaining a 4 on both dice, it could be here, which is 1 over 16. Given that the 4 is obtained on at least one dice, there's the only one here. Alright, and part C. I mean, the probability and statistics part wasn't that bad, you know. So, score 30 students, right? Using the box plot, determine the median score. Median looking like 10, 11. It's looking like 11. Let me read out everything, yes? Q2 is 11. Q1 would be 7. And Q3 would be 17. So the median was Q2, which is 11. Next, the range of the scores is part 2. The range is the highest score. Take away the lowest score. So if we go back, the highest score would have been 20, the lowest score would have been 4. 20 minus 4. Put a 20 minus 4, we get 16. Part 3, the semi-interquartile range. The semi-interquartile range is 1/2 of the interquartile range, which is 1/2 of Q3 minus Q1, sorry. 1/2 of 17 minus 7. Half of 10 is 5. Your standard deviation is 0.5. We go see what it is just now. Comment on the shape of the distribution of the scores. Part 5. 4. Just positively skewed. The distribution is positively skewed. One mark. A student wants to determine the mean score for the data set. State one reason why it will be impossible to determine the mean score from the box plot. Because we don't have individual scores, we don't have raw scores from the box plot as well. There are no individual scores given in the box plot. State what additional piece of information would be needed to determine the mean score. We could use the formula. If we have individual scores, we can determine the mean score. If we have raw data or the individual scores, all the individual scores, we can calculate the mean. And last one, V11. Given that the sum of the 30 scores in the class is 350, okay, so the sum of the 30 scores, that will be the sum of x, is equal to 354. It's positively skewed. Positively skewed is skewed to the right. You could either say skewed to the right or skewed to the left. Positively skewed is skewed to the right. Negatively skewed is skewed to the left. And the sum of the squares of the scores is 4994. So the sum of x squared is 4994. Determine the standard deviation for the data set. Standard deviation is square root of variance. So we have to calculate variance first. We know that our x bar is sigma x over n, and it's 30 scores. Sigma x is 354 over 30. We get 354 divided by 30, 11.8. We know that the standard deviation is the square root of the variance, and the variance is given by x squared over n minus x bar squared. This will be equal to the square root of 11.8 take away 11.8 squared No, x squared on n is 49. Okay, cool. Not bad. 4994 over 30. 4994 divided by 30. Take away 11.8 squared. Square root of all that. 5.22 to 2 decimal places. And that's all she wrote. So talk to me. How did you all think you all performed in this exam? Right, I'll give you all a copy of this as well, right? At 2 in paper 2, it is in paper 2, so you still have paper 1, you still have your SPA to consider. So you have marks to get in them 2 other papers as well. From tomorrow, we go start back with paper 1s. One time, we're sticking. Paper 1s down the road. I'll go see if I could. I don't know why it's not going on here, boy. Alright, well, go back, watch the video, see what you've seen. I hope everybody did good. Good luck in chemistry and stuff. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll be doing paper 1s. And I will see everybody here tomorrow for pure message me or all your information. Pure starting in August. So hopefully I'll be seeing everybody come August time. Everything will be online. So yeah, good luck. I'll go see you all soon.